Good day everyone. I am Ana Figo Dalkiver, and for this another video of organization management, we will going to tackle about the organization for administration and control for this 13th chapter. And for the learning objectives for this chapter, it is to determine the problems of management, to know more about control, and to discuss the importance of control. But before we proceed to our main discussion, let us first introduce the administration and management. The goal of administration and control is to maintain corporate operations, to provide the required motivation and guidance, and to anticipate opportunities and warning signs. Major policies are established and maintained as an act of administration, whereas those policies are carried out and implemented as an act of management. And at this juncture, let us now proceed to the management problems that compose of 5 groups, namely number 1, problems of policy, which entail identifying important goals and creating plans of action to achieve them. Number 2, problems of organization, which involve categorizing tasks into administrative groups, assigning accountability for each group's performance, providing for each group's performance, and ensuring adequate coordination between all the groups in order for them to work successfully together to achieve the goals. Number 3, problems of personnel, which entail the hiring, training, and utilizing of people to carry out the task specified by the organization's plans. Number 4, problems of facilities, which entail the acquisition, upkeep, and use of the physical elements required for the execution of the operations required for achieving the goals. Number 5, problems of methods, which involve following the routines and techniques necessary to successfully carry out the task required to meet the goals set forth in the policies. And now, let us proceed to the meaning of control. Control may be understood if it is broken up into several aspects of knowledge. Number 1, knowing exactly what work is to be done. It's either as to quantity and quality and as to time available. Number 2, knowing what resources are available for doing the work, for as to personnel, as to materials, as to equipment, or as to other facilities. Number 3, knowing that the work has been done or is being done with the resources available within the time available at a reasonable cost as compared with standard cost or in accordance with the required standards of quality. 4, knowing immediately of any delays or variations as to the happening, as to the cause, as to the remedy. Number 5, knowing what is being done to remove such hindrances. It's either as to who is doing it, as to how he is doing it, or as to when it will be done. Number 6, knowing when it is done. It is either as to time finished, as to quality of the finished job, or as to what did it. 7, knowing that recurrences are guarded against either in what way, by whom, at what cost, or with what system of inspection. And now, let us proceed to elements of control. To be effective, control must be provided with the required components, such as authority and knowledge, direction and guidance, restraint and restraint. The manager needs to be aware of both the current condition and the ideal state in order to exercise control. He ought to be aware of what to do to stabilize the situation. Having the power to take the necessary and proper action is equally crucial. The manager must consequently have established open and functional lines of communication in order to execute control. Administrative controls. Management is setting and enforcing controls when it establishes policies, SOPs, and standing orders, and when it ensures that these are implemented in order to achieve the company's goal. The most common form of administrative control, however, is budgeting. Now, let us know the budget. The budget is a compilation of projections for income and expenses for a future time, based on historical data, current circumstances, and expected trends. The budget is a management tool used to try to meet the highest reasonable operating efficiency expectations. The business budget is only useful as the care with which it is prepared in the manner it is followed. It makes management regularly study financial conditions, the markets for the company's products, and properties of the general market. It points out disruptive or unusual elements that must be given carefully attention. The budget can be created for a month, a quarter, or an entire year. It ought to be long enough to cover full seasonal cycles of changes in volume, output, merchandise, turnover, and financial activities. The president or general manager will typically convene a meeting of all top executives or department heads to discuss the budget. Following the adoptions of the overall budgetary plans, significant departmental policy adjustments are implemented. Changes in the company that have been made public are discussed at the conference. In order to help management understand the overall financial situation and make arrangements for loans or other sources of funding. The finance budget provides projected income and expenses for the entire time. Once the budget period has begun, the business budget must be continuously compared to actual performance. It should be flexible and allow for changes that were not initially anticipated. So, now, let us jump to government controls. One method of governmental control is regulation. Regulatory organizations with well-known functions include the Securities and Exchange Commission, Public Service Commission, Patent Office, and Insurance Commission. Government control of business is demonstrated through the execution of laws pertaining to pure food, labor, social security, anti-monopoly practices, and even tariff, customs, and revenue codes. When a government organization makes significant financial investments in a company or outright purchases it, public oversight may become more direct. Government representatives frequently attend board meetings of private firms in conjunction with loans from government financing agencies. Accounting controls. The definition of accounting is the process of gathering, compiling, evaluating, and reporting financial information about a business. Information is provided by accounting for two separate groups. It provides stockholders, government agencies, creditors, banks, and other outsiders with information in the company's finances. However, as a tool of control, it provides management with information so that it can accomplish the goals of the business. Accounting services as a control mechanism that explains to all employees what management expects them to do in specific pesos and centavo terms. It encourages employees and makes it possible to evaluate or keep track of their efforts and activities. And down to our last discussion is all about the importance of controls. Controls provide the typical benefits of planning. Once waste, inefficiency, and dishonesty are identified, they may be more easily avoided. Controls reveal circumstances that would otherwise be overlooked. More importantly, solutions are offered for potential issues. Aims and objectives are written in a clearer, more precise manner since controls are meant to keep a company focused on its goals. Controls boost initiative, foster coordination, and encourage collaboration. And that is all about organization for administration and control. Thank you for listening and God bless.